You're live. Hello, hello, hello. Yup. Well, what is up, everyone? So we've just hit 10,000 subscribers. Tomorrow, when I woke up, I saw that I was at 9999 when I woke up, but then when I checked, after a few hours, we had hit 10,000 subscribers. So that is something that is pretty exciting, and I'm really, really grateful for all the support that I've gotten so far. And yeah, I mean, to me, I just feel like it's just the start. Yeah, we still have a long, 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 long way to go. But let's just let's just celebrate with the stream. Why not? And yes, I will be sculpting this monster thingy because I thought, why not? I haven't sculpted a demon like this before, and it's also been a while that I've sculpted a body this detailed. I mean, I've been practicing for stylized stuff for my course, but yeah, I just wanted to try things out with this stream. Macento Arts. Hey, congrats. Thank you, Marat. Yeah, appreciate the support, man. Let me also turn on the live counter. Alrighty. So with that said, let's just start with the sculpting. And of course, if you have any questions, anything you want to say, just type it in the chat. Personally, I feel like I'm very active in the chat when I'm sculpting. I'm always checking for new messages, replying as soon as I can. Yeah, I just like to be active with the chat. Yeah, also this is a very exciting turn because I just recently removed all of my videos and I'm making a complete change, complete reset of the channel. It's going to be exciting to see what the newer videos, I mean, how are they received. I just believe that it's a much better direction that I'm heading for now. And as soon as I announced it, a lot of people unsubscribed. But that's okay. I mean, it's a good thing to have related audience. I've never mind speaking out loud the things that I have in my head, and I've never worried about people unsubscribing because to me it's a good thing. If my channel does not resonate with you, it's way better to not have you on the channel in the first place. Like seriously. It's a good thing. 10K congrats. Are you using mouse to sculpt? No, man. I always use a graphic pen. You should also use that. It's the most natural way. Of course, people can sculpt without a graphic tablet, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, you can chop down a tree if you want with a knife, but it's going to take time. It's going to be painful. The natural tool to do that is it's an axe. So I always use an axe. Something isn't okay. Where's Ishaq? Yeah, I'm wondering that myself, man. I don't know. I've shaved after I think it's 7, 8 years. Damn, but I've gotten used to looking myself like this now. I'm getting very mixed reviews from my family and friends about whether I should grow back a beard or not. But yeah, we'll see. I just really wanted to see how it feels to shave with a razor. Previously, I just used a trimmer to shave it off, but I wanted to see what's the difference with the blade. Yeah, it's quite a difference actually. What's good? Sculpting a demon, guys. Yup. The evil clone from Jitsi has taken over. Yeah, bro. Jitsi. Oh boy. He has its way of telling me it doesn't like me. Is that much important to use pen? Really? Yeah, bro. I mean, of course. It's the natural tool to do it. I mean, I think I don't know, I don't remember how to enable it, but keyboard control panel, is there a way to do it? I think there was a way where you could type. Let me try to find it actually, because I think this is a good question. How to type without a keyboard? On screen keyboard by using okay, let me try searching if it's all right here. Okay, so just imagine, bro, that you can either buy a keyboard, which is the natural way to type, or you can have every conversation like this where you simply tap everything over here. Okay, what's the natural way to do it? Now, if you ask me, hey Ishaq, is it possible to not buy a keyboard and type without a keyboard? I'm going to say yes. It's the same thing for a mouse. If you don't want to buy a graphic tablet and you say, can you sculpt with the mouse? Of course you can. But is it the best way to do it? Is it the natural way to do it? It's not. I mean, I can type like this, but it's going to take me hours. It's going to be very painful. Oh my God, I just accidentally hit the model. Where? Oh, here it is. But yeah, it's not the natural way to do it. So this is the best way to sculpt. Oh boy, this demon thingy. Okay, yep. Let's just roughly pull out. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you did not notice, I'm using Blender 4.5. So it's it's still a learning curve for me. I still sometimes have to find the brushes, but it has gotten much better for me. I've been playing around with Blender 4.5. And so far there's nothing major, to be honest. If I had to decide to upgrade or not, I wouldn't. The only reason I have to upgrade is because I'm planning to make content and it requires me to update. If you had asked me otherwise, I would have said no, I'm not gonna upgrade. It's not that big of a change, to be honest. Also, the Vulkan, I don't know, it hasn't really worked for me, but some people say that it has given them a lot of boost in the performance. I tried loading the Kratos sculpt that I had, but I didn't see any significant differences. So I don't know. Maybe it's a hardware thing as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is still a learning curve for me. Also, they changed a lot of the default setting for a lot of brushes, which is a bit. See, I'm struggling to find the draw brush. Here it is. They changed the default setting for a lot of brushes as well, and yeah, it can be very confusing at times. What's this ear, by the way? It's a weird ear, a demon ear. And yeah, we're gonna be super easy and comfortable with this stream because I'm in no rush today. I just wanna hang out with you guys, talk, chat, and sculpt in the mean process. In the meanwhile, not the mean process. Oh boy, I think this ear is a bit too low. Let's move it up. I can see that the jaw is super long on this character, so let's move the ear up. Use 4.5.1. Don't use the base version. Yeah, I never use the basic versions and I never update unless they have an LTS version or something. I always try to wait out for the LTS versions because LTS versions, they are made for long-term. LTS stands for long-term support. So they are much more stable to use. And yeah, they crash less. Things are tested more. It's not experimental as the other versions. So I'm never in a rush to upgrade. But I had to for this one because they made a lot of changes in the UI. And if I want to keep up with my tutorials being up to date, I have to use the latest version of Blender. Because I think as a beginner, it's already difficult enough to figure things out. And if I say, hey, yeah, bro, just go ahead, go to the Blender website and download the 4.2.3, they're going to be like, what? Oh, this guy is so confusing. I don't want to follow him. So yeah, the best way is to stay up to date. So I can be like, hey, just go to the Blender website, download the latest software, and you're ready to go. Let's dive into the tutorial, bro. Yeah, I think if I use the older version of Blender, in a way, it's gonna feel like how you feel like when you're watching a sculpting course. You want to sculpt in Blender, but the course is for ZBrush. Channel's new content is actually song covers for damn. That's an interesting idea. Actually, we could do song covers. I can give up on sculpting and instead just make song covers. Hey man, last time we talked about the new Blender brushes at 4.3. You said you didn't like it, so you went back to 4.2. Now, so you work with 4.0. How do you like it? Yeah, I've been talking about this. It's okay. I had to update because I wanted to stay up to date, and I wanted my tutorials to be up to date as well. So that is why I have to figure it out. Personally, I don't like it that much. I mean, this UI is confusing. The default setting for a lot of brushes is confusing. But yeah, not much of a choice here. I had to do it. Yeah, the channel is going through a pretty hard reset on stuff. Also, being honest, a main reason was that I just didn't want to experiment with the new version. It felt like such a pain because why would I want to? I can sculpt. I could sculpt anything I wanted in the previous version as well. So there was no need to upgrade for me personally. But yeah, if I want to stay up to date, if I want to make tutorials that are up to date, I have to. Yeah, some things you have to do as a creator. Oh yeah, we're gonna need you to sing, Isaac. We need to find a celebratory song or something. Yeah, sure. If by the end of the stream we can definitely do some covers, why not? But yeah, Mo, I think the next time we wanna sing, let's take a vote inside the community, and then I can prepare some songs on the beforehand. Because I mean, spontaneously, I rarely listen to music anymore, and especially new songs. I don't remember the last time I heard a new song. When I'm in my car, I basically have a subwoofer installed, and I'm a bass head, all right, and all I want is bass. That is it. I want the car to vibrate. I want my seat to vibrate. I want my heart to move with the bass. Yeah, when I'm in my car, I just listen to the old songs that I know that have a lot of bass in them, like Post Malone songs, some Weekend songs. Yeah, I just listen to them for the bass. I'm a bass head, seriously. As long as I'm getting bass, that is awesome. Other than that, I don't listen to a lot of songs anymore. Personally, I just found that since I've stopped listening to music, since I've stopped listening to music, I feel very good. I feel in a much better state mentally. I feel a lot more sane. To be honest, I just feel that songs, especially the modern songs, they are either made to make you horny because of all the rubbish lyrics that they put inside, the way that they describe females like an object. It's yeah, it's a bit too weird. And the other purpose of a song is just to make you depressed. So sad songs, love songs, depressive songs, they are designed to do that, bro. I mean, you're already wounded. Okay, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling sad, you're wounded already. And on top, you want to add the saddest song you've ever heard. And then you want to cry. So, I mean, it just reinforces your state of mind. Yeah, I think this is something that's not talked about often. People, friends sharing sad songs. Hey, have you listened to that new sad song, bro? Yeah, more songs, they just put you in a bad mental state. If you're feeling sad, stop being in a sad environment. You're just reinforcing everything. Since I've stopped listening to songs, I personally feel a lot better. I started listening to a lot of happy songs as well. And since then, I just feel a lot more happy. Because we know how addicting songs can be, of course. When you listen to a piece of music, when you listen to songs, they replay inside your mind all day long. And if it's a sad song, all day you're gonna be reinforcing sad thoughts. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Instead, just install a subwoofer in your car, bro, and enjoy that bass. Enjoy that. Boom, 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 boom. Damn, bro. I love bass. I just love bass. We are champions of the world. Is that a song? Anyways, I was just in the neighborhood, just wanted to check up. I'm off to sculpting foot. All right, bro. Good luck with sculpting feet. I don't like sculpting feet, by the way. I just do the bare minimum that is required for feet, and then I just move on to other stuff. I think the only time you want to work on feet is if you're working on a character like Jury from Street Fighter or something, where feet is the main center of attention. Other than that, no one cares, bro. Seriously. The feet and the ear, no one cares. Unless you have a fetish or something. And if you have, then get checked, bro. I'm not getting the expression quite well, so I'm gonna keep moving stuff around till I get something that I'm happy with. Yeah, the eyes can be a bit more deeper set. Bro, you don't know it? We Are the Champions by Queen? No, bro, I don't. Maybe I might know it from the melody, but from the name and the lyrics, I do not. Yeah, there are a lot of songs that I recognize from the melody, but from the name, not so much. Yeah, I think I'll drop the face here, maybe work on the body for a while, and then we can come back to the face once again. This is enough for a blockout. Why not? UV sphere, block out the body. We are the champions. Already 10k, you killing it, man. Yeah, thank you, my brother. These last few months have been super crazy. I've been getting subscribers like crazy, mainly because of the shot that just popped off. The Wolverine shot just exploded, bro. But yet, here we are. And yeah, I really appreciate the OGs of the channel. Seriously, you guys have been with me for I don't know how long, 1.5 years. Damn, it's crazy when I think it's been this long. But also to me, it also feels like this is Really, really, just the start, just the beginning. Also, honestly, I think that as a creator, the number of subscribers, they don't matter as much as the quality of your subscribers do. So I've always been very, 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 very serious with my content, because the subscriber count was never a concern of mine. Like, I can upload another Wolverine shot or something like that. Just upload shots all the time and get a lot of subscribers. But that wouldn't help me because they are not the kind of audience I want on my channel. My intention back then was that, yeah, I can upload a short tutorial because still the people who want to subscribe, they're going to be related to sculpting. And yeah, that was a good move on my end. I'm happy that it wasn't a brain rot content. Because if you post brain rot stuff, who do you expect is going to subscribe? Brain rot people. So it's very, very important to draw a line very early in your content stage. I mean, I'm just laying out some tips for anyone who's ever thought of being a creator. It's way more important to focus on the quality of your audience. I mean, if I posted brain rot content, I wouldn't have interacted with you guys. That's for sure. Yeah, there's a lot that you learn along the way. I mean, you get advices on being a content creator everywhere. Everyone is throwing around advice on how to be a content creator. But really, you only figure things out while you're on the path. You have to get wet. You can't learn to swim without by just looking at someone swimming. Yeah, as much as you study, the real experience, that is where you learn stuff. Yep. Yeah, I'd really appreciate the OGs and everyone who's supported me because I know my content has a very particular style. It's a bit serious than other creators. And yeah, it's not appreciated a lot. But yeah, I just want to keep making content this way because I mean, I've always been super transparent about this. I make content for my younger self. That is who I want to help. Period. Yeah, if anyone resonates with the younger me, welcome. For those who don't, bro, just unsubscribe. I mean, I don't get it. Why people wanna post hate comments and take out time from their day just to be negative, whereas you can just hit the unsubscribe button and get out. I'm not forcing you to watch my content, which it really amazes me how much people would invest in just negativity. It really ceases to amaze me. Congrats on 10K. Yeah, thank you, G Fish. Is that short for goldfish? Thank you. try pulling out the arm another way, a way that I've never tried before. We'll see how this goes. I think I'm file graffitiing my way through this. Nah, I think I'll just stick to the old method of making a UV sphere. Yo, bro, Zyro Blaze, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome to the stream, bro. Where's the mirror modifier? Here. Here, select the body. All right, not bad. Let's see. Congrats on 10K. Thank you, my friend. How about 5-6 in the chat? Yeah, sure. We get 5 sings, we can sing a song, but I really cannot think of a song to sing right now. I've been thinking that maybe the next time we want to sing in a stream, let's plan it out inside the community. And once we decide, I can prepare some songs because spontaneously, bro, I don't know what to sing. I really feel like I'm getting old now because I do not know any of the newer music. From the newer music, I think we can just sing the Pretty Little Flowers song. Pretty little baby, you can ask the flowers. I'd sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds. Or we can do the famous song, the Sigma Sigma Boy. I don't know why I default to that song, but seriously, bro. I mean, though it's a brain rot song, but the tune of that song is super super catchy. There's no denying that. It is a super catchy song. What if I sing in the chat? Where's the draw brush? By the way, anyone else here who has switched to the new version of Blender, how are you finding it? The new UI and stuff. I think a lot of other creators, they use shortcuts as well. So shortcuts is like a big part of their workflow. But I haven't started using hotkeys. I think I just use, yeah, I just use G for grab. That is it. Yeah, we're not going to worry about the back here. I'm just going to mark it so I can mark the other muscles. Yeah, see, I don't like this. I mean, why did they turn off the default setting for the radius pressure sensitivity? It's so much better with pressure sensitivity. That is why you buy a graphic tablets, so you have pressure sensitivity. Sure. Where's the mask tool? The neck could definitely be longer. Yes, it always deactivates every time you restart Blender. Don't know how to keep it enable the pressure sensitivity. Oh, you can actually. So I don't do it intentionally so that I remember this every time I'm recording a tutorial. But I mean, you can turn this on. So imagine that this is a blank scene, all right? You turn these settings on, you adjust however you want this to, and then you go to File, then you go to Defaults, and then you go to Save Startup File. So if you do that, then it's gonna stay enabled. All of your settings, it's gonna stay enabled. Like for example, if I open a new Blender version, you can check here that I've already saved my default in this way. So this is how my Blender starts up. It's already inside sculpt mode. I already have this set up and I have these tabs that I made. So yeah, you just enable this, enable whatever setting you want, and then you go here to File, Defaults, and then Save Startup File. So however you save this as a startup file, that is how Blender is going to start. So that is how you can do it as well. Yeah, it is super annoying. It is annoying. I think it is annoying in general that they've kept these settings on for forever, and now suddenly they changed it. Why? Why Blender? Why did you do this? But Blender is free, so there's no complaining, bro. I think they did have the best intentions in mind. But yeah, it is kind of annoying. Also, these addition of these new brushes, bro, it confuses me. I've never felt the need of more brushes in Blender. I just feel that if something is working fine, just let it stay. Don't try to change it. Yeah, the other creators, they sculpt everything fine with the brushes they had. The thing that I wish that they do improve is allowing more geometry count. That would be super sick. If they do that, we can make fun of our friends who use ZBrush, because that is the only what would you say, how to put it, the only edge they have over us, and the insult that they throw at us. Hey, you Blender user, you can't even go 2 million polygons. I go 18, bro. It's the same the way that I felt when I was a PlayStation boy, and all of my other friends, they played on Xbox and PC, and I was like, yeah, bro, you don't have Uncharted, do you? Yeah, you can never play Uncharted. You can never play Last of Us. It's the same thing. Yeah. Blender is also coming to iPad. That's so sick. Good time to invest on iPad. Yup. Maybe. Not sure. I mean, I would wait for the other creators to try it out to see how their experience is before I invest into something like that. I do have a Galaxy S9, the tablet. Yeah, I have it, but I tried sculpting using with the Nomad on it, but it's super slow. I mean, not slow in terms of performance, but slow in terms of me actually sculpting, because I have to learn different UIs. Without the keyboard, it's super slow. You have to click every brush you want to use. With Blender, you can just press G, grab brushes, shift to smooth. To smooth every time, you have to pick the smooth brush. Yeah, those sort of things. If you want to dig instead of sculpting, you have to press the inverse button. Over here, you can just hold control. So things are much, much, much faster here. So, I mean, instead of that, I just started sculpting here. Now, let's see how Blender tackles that. I'm excited, looking forward to see what do they do with that. And I hope I can use my tablet for sculpting. Right now, I just use it to watch Netflix sometimes. Yeah, me and my wife. Whenever we want to watch a movie or Netflix, we just grab the pad. It wasn't the purpose of me purchasing that, but you have to use what you have, right? You have to make the best use of the things that you have. Time to work on the face again. The demon sculpts are a bit weird. Wish I had a reference for the side view as well. But I'm trying to interpret it the best way that I can. I need to make the inner structure with these teeth and everything as well. I'm pushing the jaw in a bit as well, because when the mouth opens, it actually pivots here from the jaw behind. So I'm trying to have that angle as well. Where's the play strips? Let's bulk up this. But yeah, speaking of Nomad, it is pretty popular as well. I see some members inside my school as well. They use Nomad, which is interesting. But yeah, also a lot of them they use Nomad while they are at work. And yeah, that is a brilliant way to make the best use of their time. So in their work breaks, they're actually sculpting, which is pretty cool. Very cool. I struggle with anatomy, so I can use the pre-made model or download some free models and customize to my preferences. Is it okay to do that? How do I put it, bro? It depends. Okay, it depends on what your goal is. Let's say if you're making something for production, then it is absolutely fine. If you really want to quick sculpt something, that is absolutely fine. But skipping over the basics and relying on base meshes, it's not a very artistic trait. I mean, of course, you can make art doing whatever. Just imagine this way, that let's say you wanted to make a painting, right? And then an artist, he already does the sketch for you. So he gives you the sketch, and all you have to do is just put colors. Would you say this is mine? You could say that I used a bit of help. Not really. It depends on your goal. If you're just fine with making characters using a base mesh and you're happy with that, by all means. But let's say for me personally, all right, I want to be an artist. I want to make characters that I like, and I want to be independent when I do that. So for me, it wouldn't make sense, because if I'm using base meshes, I'm not really learning. I'm just working over what someone has already put his hard work into, but it's not my effort. So I wouldn't be satisfied with that. If your intention is to learn anatomy, then no. Using base meshes, it's not gonna help you learn. You're just sculpting over a foundation which you already got. That foundation is what you want to learn. But if you just want to make characters have a good time, yeah, sure, whatever, by all means. It's like using auto aim in Call of Duty. So, would you call someone who uses auto aim a pro? Nope. But if he's a pro, he can shoot, and then he using auto aim on top. Yeah, still better. You will be constrained on that. Yeah, definitely. You will be constrained on that base that you found. If you want to make something original, if you want to make something that you like, you found online, and that base doesn't match it, nope. No. I mean, a good example that I like to give of anatomy is people just spend a lot of time wasting on stuff, thinking that they're being productive. Like, for example, remembering the name of the bones, remembering the name of the muscles, whatever. How does that help you? If let's say you want to learn English language, all you need is a bit of vocabulary and a good grammar. That is it. As long as you can do that, as long as someone can understand what you are saying, you can, your English is fine. Okay, my English is not the best either. Okay, but would remembering the entire dictionary make me a better English speaker? Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, similarly, if you want to learn anatomy, you just need to learn a few basics, a few foundational stuff. And once you do that, you can build on top of that. A demon face would be easier than a human face, but yeah, this is a bit challenging. I wish I had more references, but no matter, we can still make it through. This sinus is very detailed. And I think I need to change up a few things. Where's the clay strips? Here's the clay strips. You'll be constrained on time, but yes, 100%. Let's install the eyes. For this correct. Install is a good word. Congrats on 10K. Thank you, Maxo. Appreciate it, friend. How is your day going? I have to mute for a while for the call of prayer. Just a sec. When forming the shape in low poly, what stage do you decide to add more resolution? The stage where I feel I'm happy with the base and I feel like I've squeezed out as much detail as I could. So when I reach that stage, then I just decide, okay, it's time that I can move forwards, add more geometry. Yeah, it's pretty intuitive. There's no subjective answer to this. It's very intuitive. Whenever you feel like, oh boy, I'm running out of what do you call it, polygons to sculpt, move on to the next step. But just make sure that you're happy with the basic forms and everything. If you're happy, move on. If you're not, try fixing those things in the low poly, because this just saves you so much time in the long run. You spend more time fixing the mistakes rather than avoiding them. So you can easily avoid mistakes instead of fixing them. By the way, I don't know if you enrolled or not, but if you are, you can go ahead check out my free 1 month sculpting challenge. It is absolutely free. And in this, I do describe everything step by step. So there are proper levels when you want to proceed to the next video. So it's really, really step by step. Yeah, you can see the kind of results that the participants have been getting in literally as little as 11 days. So yeah, I go a lot more in depth into those things, and I give you all the 3D models as well. So, yeah, that would be a better place to start off. Yeah, that is also why I don't like Dynamesh. I just like remesh a lot more. It's way more predictable. And the nature of your clay, it really changes depending on if it's high poly or if it's low poly. So your sculpting experience is going to change. If it's very high poly, it gets very difficult to adjust shapes, it gets very difficult to smooth shapes. When it's low poly, you can just try with a default sphere and try smoothing a default sphere. It's going to turn into a poop shape very quickly because it just collapses instantly. But if you make the same sphere very high poly, it doesn't, because it has more polygons. It becomes hard clay. So things are much more flexible when in the low poly stage. Initially, I really struggled with this. It was always super tempting to go on to the next level, add more details. Yeah, it is a trap. You just set yourself up for a trap. Where's the inflate brush? Here. I'm back. Internet chala gaya tha. Bro, are you from Pakistan or India? Because if you're from Pakistan, that is a very relatable problem. I mean, in my country, if the internet goes down, they just blame it on, oh, the shark ate the wire in the sea and we lost the wire connection. Come on, bro. How hungry is this shark? And why is it always a shark who eats your wires? Why? Okay, I need to enable front faces only. Stroke, is it here? Front faces, no, I have to go here. Advanced, front faces only. Yep. Okay, better. Now it's not sculpting on the other side, which is what I want. It's also symmetrize the face because I can see some differences in the left and the right ear. So just go here, press symmetrize. Now the other side. Yeah, much better. We blame it on dawns, bro. I for inflate. Oh, all right. Yeah, thanks for that. We blame it on our dawns, bro. Dawns? I mean, like a mafia or something? You sculpt dogs. Yep. Oh, dogs! Alright, so it's basically the same excuse, but for us it's sharks and for you it's dogs. There, bro. Isn't the wiring for you guys underground or something? Why does a dog has access to the wires of the internet? Bro, I bet your dogs are running on 4G or something with all that internet energy. Oh, I have to disable front faces only. Damn. I was wondering, why is the brush behaving weird? Yep. I'm removing all my videos. Stop the cap? I didn't get it. It was a video you uploaded. Oh no, I remember that video, but I didn't get the context. How is that related? Oh boy, the teeth is gonna be a weird. But let's try anyways. UV sphere. You said you were removing all of your videos, but you didn't. Would you gain eagles or? I did, bro. I removed a lot of my videos. So previously I had about 300 videos on the channel, but now we have very limited videos. I just kept the ones that I felt are still useful and I removed all the other ones. So we only have few limited videos now. 100 videos, damn. Most of them are just live streams that I recorded, so they are a lot. These are the majority of videos. But if you go to the video section, then yeah, that's it. That is it. Previously there was like 100 to 100 videos over here as well. I just filtered all of them out. I just deleted all of them because this is the kind of format that I want to pursue from now onwards, which is going to be full tutorials with all the steps explained and everything. I just feel that this is a much better direction for me. Yeah, that is what I want to double down on. Occasionally, I will upload some mindset videos like this as well, because I believe this is very important as well. But the original schedule is just going to be 3 videos a week, which is going to be full length tutorials where I explain every step, every stroke, everything. And yeah, good thing that you mentioned that I didn't remove my videos. This is just a sign nobody cared about that content. if really you don't feel a difference in the channel, in the videos that I uploaded, good. It means that they weren't important in the first place. I mean, at that time, it was the best ideas of videos that I had. But I just realized that, bro, I just want to make full-time guides. This is something that I can do very consistently. What I've struggled with as a creator is being super consistent. So I make a time lapse. My content has been all over the place. I make time lapses. I made tutorials. I make mindset videos. I just want some consistency and some pattern to the channel. See, I believe that since this is a sculpting channel, I should focus a lot more on sculpting, and I should focus on mindset as well. And I can include mindset parts inside the tutorials, because of course no Jerry is gonna watch that tutorial. No one who's brain dead, who has attention span of a sparrow, can watch that video. The videos are gonna be hour long at least. And yeah, if someone cannot watch that video, he's not my audience. He's not the person that I want to talk to. So it's a good way for me to filter out Jerry's as well. I just believe that it's the responsibility of the viewer to have the attention span of getting what they want. If you clicked on a tutorial video, bro, at least have the attention span to sit through it. If you don't, how do you expect you're gonna get results? Yeah, that is the least I expect from my audience, at least. I know we're not Jerry's here. Yeah, I just try to filter out as many people as I can, because then the same people, they have to join the free 30-day course as well. I know that a person who sat through that tutorial is the person who's going to be joining that school or that community. So I just want serious people. And for those who are not serious, I will just make some mindset tutorials. I will try my best to help them out. But if it doesn't, bro, I cannot help you if you do not want to be helped. It's really that simple. I love the new change. I like to listen long format when sculpting. Yeah, atta boy, bro. That is what I want to hear. Let's go. Would you like... I don't know, bro. I think that this is another trap that you laid out previously as well. You tried your best with the knee expanding sentence. So I'm not going to fall for this one. Who do you know? Sparrow boy from your country keeps a beard like him. No, I do not know Sparrow. Bye. Is he a 3D artist as well? Yeah, I think long format is what really helps you most at the end of the day. Like shorts, they're good for like a brief explanation of a tool or explanation of something that is very brief. But a tutorial, no bro, no way. A short cannot teach you stuff. And you cannot learn from a short. People watch shorts and they're like, yeah, I watched 20 tutorials today, bro. But did you get your hands dirty? Bro, you watching 20 tutorials a day is the reason you suck. If you just watch one tutorial and you actually perform, that is a much better game plan. A much better game plan. I mean, personally, when I was a young artist and I wanted to learn sculpting, what I would do is I would buy courses after courses, course after course, course after course. Thinking that, yeah, I mean, the more courses I buy, the better I'm going to get. But it's just like you should buy one course, really, really stick with it. Just find a creator that resonates most with you and just do what he asks you to do. Build a good foundation out of his knowledge, out of his concepts, and then of course you can branch out to other creators as well. But the more creators you watch, the more you're going to confuse yourself, because there's really no right or wrong way to do anything ever. Just imagine that inside a university or in your school, all right, there are two math teachers, or four, or three, or five, maybe. I don't know how many math teachers your school has. But you can understand math from that one teacher who's your favorite. So if you jump math teachers to math teachers, you're going to fail, bro. But if you learn from just your favorite teacher, he's going to get you through. He's going to grab your hand. He's going to pull you through. So just stick to one person that really, really resonates with you. And let's say that teacher really, really helped you understand math at a level that you're independent on. Now, by all means, go ahead. Branch out to other instructors, branch out to other concepts. It's going to be so much easier for you to learn because you've already built that strong foundation. And yeah, that is the trap. Tutorial trap. Exactly. Tutorial trap. That is the tutorial trap. Or the tutorial hell is what it is referred to more commonly. It is the tutorial hell. People keep watching tutorials. They try along with the tutorial. They get good results. But after they watch a tutorial and then they try things on their own, it sucks. Bro, it is going to suck. It is going to suck. Just allow yourself to suck for a while and then just look at what's on the other side. Like, seriously, bro. The example that I like to give in a situation like this is just imagine the first time you rode a bicycle. The first time you rode a bicycle, you had training wheels on. And the first time you ever removed those training wheels, you did lose your balance a bit. You did stumble a bit. Maybe you even fell down. But the best action was to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and then ride that bicycle again. The same thing goes for a tutorial or a course or sculpting. So when you're watching an instructor, when you're following his advice is like the training wheels. And when you try things on your own, bro, you're going to lose your balance a bit. Just go back to the material, go back to the concepts that he taught you. You'll be good. You'll be very good. So yeah, I just believe that it should be, sucking at art should be encouraged. I encourage all of my members to just suck for a while, bro. It's completely fine if you suck. Because how else do you expect someone else learned? How do you think your favorite artist learned? Was he born with a magic Wacom pen? Was he born an artist? Do you think he never sucked? Was Mike Tyson the best boxer the moment he came out of his mother's womb? Did he cut his own umbilical cord and punched his way out the womb of his mother? No! He had to train, he had to put in the hard work. That is why he was Mike Tyson. And yeah, with the social media nowadays, with the video games nowadays, everyone just has the wrong expectation of stuff. They just feel like, yeah, this is just a video game, bro. And the way that I grind a video game and unlock my favorite skin in the next day, I can learn sculpting in the same way. It's not the same way, bro. This is real life, and progress in real life is going to take much longer. So you need to allow yourself to fail a couple of times. And the modern society has made failing such an embarrassment that people don't even try. They are scared of the outcome and they disqualify themselves before even trying because they just fear failing. They're like, but bro, I'm not a good artist. I'm not a good sculptor. I'm going to fail at this. Yeah, of course, dummy. Of course. Everyone fails. Like, let me show you guys actually. All of the results that I got. Give me 1 month if you're struggling with sculpting and I will help you improve. So just look at over here. This is where I started. This is my first sculpt. I sucked, bro. And I sucked for a very long time. A very long time. And you can see here, Lee's, he started here. In 30 days, he was here. You can see Ruben. He started here in 24 days. I think this was 24 days. He's here. LeBron, day zero, 20 days. James, within 22 days. Arthur, his first sculpt. and his sculpt after 22 days. So allow yourself to suck for a while. Allow yourself to fall. Allow yourself to stumble for a while. It's completely fine. Just remember that every winner is a loser who just tried one more time. Every winner is a loser who just tried one more time. And you're not even trying once. Of course, you're going to fail. Failing has been cultivated to become one of the worst things ever. 100%, bro. I mean, this thing is programmed since you go to school. Like, if you answer wrong in an examination, you are punished. If you give the wrong answer in class, the teacher is allowed to ask you to leave the classroom and make you embarrassed for it, feel ashamed for it. But failing is such an important part in your life. How else do you expect to learn? If you're not making mistakes, if you're not failing, bro, you're not even trying. The way I want you to think about learning anything in general, is give yourself 100 fails. Be like, yeah, I'm going to fail 100 times. Then you're going to eventually get it, bro. Allow yourself the room to fail. It's just another stepping stone. You'll fail, but you'll get a lesson. You'll improve a bit, just a bit. The next time you're going to sculpt, you're going to fail again. It's going to be bad. The next time you sculpt, it's going to suck again. But you're going to learn some new lessons. And if you keep repeating this, eventually you're going to get the hang of it. And you won't even realize when you've improved. And to be honest, there is no deciding day. There is no deciding factor that you sucked now and now you're good. There is no deciding factor to this. Just imagine that you're adding salt to your food. All right, you're adding salt. How do you know that with this one grain of salt, the salt is going to be a bit too much? You never know. You never know. What's the point where the salt is too much? The same way, you don't know when you're going to improve. You just need to keep adding the salt, keep putting in the work, keep putting in the work. Eventually, you're going to be like, damn, bro, it's been so long. And I really see the results now. Wow. It's how it is. You're just going to suddenly, it's going to strike you like, damn, bro, did I make this? Yeah, the sooner you start failing, the sooner you're going to figure it out. The sooner you start to suck, the sooner you'll not suck. Oh, bro. Oh, damn, I missed a lot of chat. Let's see. The new channel, yeah, read that. Keep a beard like him, Google him. Oh, bro, I need to use a mouse for this. It's very hard to navigate with a graphic pen. Short tutorial trap. Yep. Do you know that there are some good bacteria that poop pure gold? Really? What bacteria is that, man? Wow, never knew such a thing exists. Looks like my fever dreams are getting manifested. Fever dreams. Is your fever dream a bacteria that poops gold? Bacteria that poops gold. As I said, you need to start enjoying the sucking part. Yep, 100%. Enjoy the suck. Get used to the suck. The more you suck, the more you're going to improve. Some bacteria that poop pure gold. Right. And you know there's also a dog that can fetch that gold for you? A dog specially designed to fetch gold for you. He's called a golden retriever. Because he retrieves gold for you. Oh boy, that was a bad one. But I like silly jokes. I love lame jokes. Oh, I think my phone is going to run out of battery. Let me just put some juice inside. Let me connect the wire. That was a terrible joke. Yes, that was the point. What's the falsetto remove? One horn and eye, flying cow? One horn and eye? Bro, you just saw a pony. Pony is a horse with one eye. Oh, one horn. A cute horsey. A pony. Oh boy, what was the remesh value here? That was a terrible joke. The falsetto remove. Okay, we've read these ones. And now you see the clay is super hard. It's hard to sculpt now, it's hard to smooth, but we have already added so much detail. I'm just gonna reduce it a bit. I said reduce, not seduce. Reduce a bit. Oh damn, I hope this doesn't crash. Please don't crash, Blender. Alright, the 4.5 version doesn't crash. At least it didn't in this occasion. Yeah, just a sec, guys. Let me get this call. Poo, 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 poo. Yesterday I sculpted 2 characters. Now what's the next step in the process of animation? Streaming it up to sculpt in 1 by 5. Can you take a peek if you want, sir? Also, everyone else is welcome. Oh wow, you're sculpting as well? Oh, streaming as well? Let's see. One waiting. Oh, you're gonna be sculpting this? You can take a... Oh, you meant I can take a peek later. I thought you meant if I can take a peek right now. Streaming a raptor sculpting. Yeah, I thought you meant you're gonna be streaming within the timeline of 1.5 hours, not after 1.5 hours. My bad. Yeah, sure thing, man. I'll join definitely if I can. I told you I'm a simple guy. I see opalescence streaming, I join. But no promises. I will try my best. Or at least I will come and say hi. Definitely. Yeah, it was my family that just called me right now. They want me to come for dinner. I just told them it's gonna be another 1.5 hours. Then I will be available. So we need to wrap this up a bit. Yeah, guys, if you're interested in seeing creature sculpts, dino sculpts especially, do join Opalescence when he's streaming. What's your computer setup for sculpting? My computer, it's not that fancy to be honest. I have a GTX 1660, a Ryzen 5 3500X or 3600, I do not remember. And yeah, 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, feel pretty old school when I mention a GTX graphic card. But it's doing the trick, it's holding up very well. So far, I haven't felt the need to upgrade, so I wouldn't be, unless something crashes or something happens. Just so far, my specs are holding up pretty well. But I am considering to upgrade to the RTX series at least. And yeah, also upping my RAM a bit. 16 is enough, but 32 is better. Sometimes I do feel that I can go a bit more higher poly, and Blender is being a bit restrictive. So I might be upgrading to 32 gigs of RAM and a GT RTX 5060. But we'll see. I'm just trying to debate if I need to upgrade, or is it just that I saw a few builds videos and I'm wanting to upgrade. I definitely don't have the need to it. It's more like a want thing. And yeah, why not? I mean, as a 3D artist, your machine is your investment. If it allows you to sculpt better, if it allows you to enjoy your work better, it's definitely worth the upgrade. I remember I started on a laptop without a graphic card. And I only built my PC way later in my career. Even throughout all my university life, I just had a laptop that didn't even have a graphic card. And yeah, I don't know where do Jerry's get the idea of. Yeah, I suck at sculpting, bro. Let me just upgrade my PC. What? Bro, upgrade your skill set, not your PC. Come on. There was this child inside my community. I'm telling you, a child, a 14-year-old child. He didn't even have a graphic tablet. He had a mouse and he was following the head course that I made back then. And boy, his result was even better than the people who had a graphic tablet. It's always about how much the making out the best of what you have already. Oh yes, Some Jerry's, they just want the latest gear to suck even more. What's the total cost of setup in Pakistan currently? I enjoy watching your videos. When I feel stuck, please don't delete them. Of course, man. I do not delete them. I only deleted the videos that I felt were not useful anymore because I didn't want those videos to be demonstrated towards you. So let's say you watch one of my videos, you watch this live stream. Tomorrow, YouTube is going to suggest some of my videos. I wanted to suggest the latest videos, which I believe is much more beneficial. And that is this kind, which is the full length tutorials, where I explain every step. Yeah, I just grab your hand and pull you through the tutorial. But there is something that I am always transparent about inside the tutorial as well, is that it is advised that you complete the free 4-month course over here. This is actually absolutely free. So if you join this, you get this 1 week, this 4 week of training, which just gives you all the necessary information, builds a strong base for you. And I keep showing the results of the members who have participated. So once you have these basics down, then it is so much easier to follow the tutorials as well. You can still follow them, but the best route, the best result is when you build the base first. Otherwise, you are just wasting your time. I know this because I went through this as a young artist. So I would buy courses, buy another tutorial, watch tutorial after tutorial, courses after courses, thinking that this is what is going to improve me. Whereas it was always the basics that I was struggling with, and no one really talked about the basics. Yeah, that is my mission. That is why I became a content creator. That is just to help younger me and to make sculpting easier for other artists. Yeah, I'm very happy with the response of the course. It is a great starting place for anyone who wants to get started with sculpting, with head sculpting. But if you want to watch a cute 15-minute tutorials online that teaches you nothing, just makes you feel good, you make a cute little duck and then share it with your friends, and you feel good. I'll be honest, I used to do that as well. I used to watch these cute little tutorials, make a little duckling and show it off to my friends. Whereas what I wanted to make was not a duck. I wanted to make better characters, a bit more realistic characters. I wanted to sculpt some muscles. But because there was no proper guidance, I struggled a lot. Yeah, that is my mission. I just want to make sculpting easier. I just want to help that younger me, wherever he is. Oh yeah, what's the total cost of setup in Pakistan currently? It depends a lot on your rig, bro. Like, if you want to get the latest gear, if you want to get new gear or used gear, if you want to buy the latest car, latest specs. I mean, it's similar to how much sugar do you want in your coffee. The more sugar you add, the sweeter it is. The same thing goes for your setup. The more you spend, the better it is going to be. But I mean, to get started, you can sculpt on whatever you can afford right now and build your way up. Oh boy. Apply the mirror modifier, geometry mesh. Here's the drawer shop. Here's the drawer shop. Man, I really need to figure this out. Yep, we'll not be seeing the back, so I'm not going to pay too much attention there. What is this? Okay, let's use the snake hook. Where's the snake hook? Snake hook. Let's also make the horns. Yeah, this one as well is a horny guy because he has horns. We sculpted a horny girl before. Now we're sculpting a horny demon. Let's remesh this one so we have an equal distribution of geometry on this. Right now it looks pretty weird. Where's the clay strips? I think we can add some patterns here. Where's the drawer shop? Let's try seeing this with a bit of shadows. Oh, they changed this setting as well. Offset. What does this do? Oh, okay. What else? What else did they change? Focus. I think I'll have to play around with this later. I haven't tried these things. Alright, let's see. Object. Can I change the color to a bit more darker? Yep, but I'm not gonna do it. Material is fine. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, guys, I need to rush this one now because I'm gonna get a call any moment for dinner. If you have any questions or anything at all, just let me know right now. Yeah, once again, thank you for your kind support this far on the channel. We've reached 10K, which is great. Like the way I like to look at it is that I've been able to help 10,000 people whilst with the subscribe. Quite happy with that. To me, it just feels like I'm just getting started. There's such a long road ahead of me. We're gonna keep doing stuff, keep growing. Just a sec. Hello? Do you just a sec, guy? I'll be back. Just 5 minutes. Yep, the gas cylinder ran out, and I have to show them where the other one was. Things you have to do as the eldest child in a desi household. Yeah, let's see what we have. You were asking something about retopology, so let's see. Do you retopologize your characters yourself or hire someone else, like for freelance work? I do it myself, and it usually depends. Sometimes for me, even for professional work, it's just about hitting the quadri measure. So seriously, what I do is I just make a character. Not if you need facial expressions, so this is not recommended if you want facial expressions. But let's say if you're sculpting a low poly character or an animal or something that is not, I don't know, it's a bit rough. I'll show you some examples as well. All you do is you go to quadri measure and then you press remeasure it. And let's wait for this to load. So yeah, you can see it started 22, 24. Yeah, this is something that I preach all the time to other artists as well. Like no one cares what the topology looks like as long as what you're making is functional. Now something like this is not gonna be functional. The reason is you can see that the arm is connected with the torso, and this is gonna cause problems. So let's say you try to move the arm, it's gonna pull the torso along with it as well. So this is not optimal. But if this was something for the background or something, if this was a statue, 100% I would have gone for this. Now let me show you some examples of some characters so I can show you some freelance work that I got and I worked on. So where is it? Where is it? I mean, look at this character. I don't remember. I can't find the file right now for this. It's not going to have the wireframe, but you can see how janky this is. Okay, this wasn't the best topology ever. There was another. I cannot find it here for some reason. Bunny. Yeah, this one I retopologized by hand because you see this one has a lot of facial expressions. So I had to go all my way to add all the important loops and everything. So this one is where I retopologized it by hand because we needed all the facial expressions and stuff. Let me show you some other examples. So right here should be some, yeah, this character. I sculpted this character and then I just used a quad remeasure on this. Boom, voila. Then I animated it, then I rigged it. Yeah, it's completely fine to do this. There should be other videos as well. I think I deleted them when I was making space. This character as well. I sculpted this and then I performed a quad remeasure. Boom. If there was a concerning area, I fixed it by hand. But yeah, I mean, I do all the retopology myself. It's not that hard, bro. It's really not that hard. And I made a course about it as well. But inside the course, I discovered the essentials. Like seriously, this is the easiest way you can retopologize something. And this course doesn't require any quad remeasure or something. This is done all by hand. And this is the easiest way to retopologize any character. Seriously. I've been working in the mobile game industry for more than 6 years now, and no one cares about topology. There's only a few things that you need to take into account when you're retopologizing stuff. Other than that, it's not that difficult. It doesn't have to be that complex. Please bring one topology tutorial in future. Bro, tutorial is pretty hard to be honest because there's a lot to cover. And I already squeezed down as much as I could inside this course. The only reason I made this course, the retopology course, the only reason I made this is because I saw some members inside my school struggling with retopology. And I was like, bro, this doesn't need to be that difficult. It's really, really simple. I think I have a screenshot from this course as well. Let me try to find it. But making a tutorial, bro, that is gonna be difficult unless I edit a lot, which I do not like to do. Let me find a screenshot. Let me see. Where is it? Yup, this one here. Look. Same character. Same details. Can you distinguish which one is the high poly versus the low poly? You cannot. You cannot. And here's the retopologized version. It has all the proper loops. So the mouth loop is very important. The eye loop is very important. The rest, not that important. In the arm, you want to have this loop so that your arm can rotate freely. You need some round loops on the torso so that it can bend. It can behave like a spine. The neck needs to have its own loops, but it's very, very, very simple. You make these loops and then you connect these loops in between. It's really, really that simple. Yep, it's not that difficult, but I don't know why people suffer. There's just a lot of wrong information out there that makes it very difficult for people to get a grasp on this. Or nerds on just, hey, you need the perfect topology, bro. Oh, the eye, you have 6 vertices on the loop. It should be 7. Like, get lost, bro. Whatever. Have you guys seen the God of War model? Like the real model that they used inside the game. So, God of War. Yeah, I've already searched it. I showed it inside a weekly call as well. Look at this model. This is a AAA game character. And if you showed this to a nerd, if you showed this model to a Jerry, he would insult you. He would be like, hey, bro, you're a noob. You don't know how to retopologize. This is not how you retopologize, bro. You have triangles. Oh my God, bro. Why you have triangles? This is the official model from the God of War game. The AAA game. And the main function of this model is that this is functional. This model is functional. That is the only concern that anyone has. Have you ever, while playing a video game, ever wondered, or let's say you're playing the Taken game, right? Have you ever wondered what the topology of Jin looks like, or what the topology of Kazuya looks like? Never. As long as he punches right, as long as he kicks right, it is absolutely fine. Like, come on, guys. This is really... I mean, I used to be pissed off at this, but now it's just something that I enjoy. I mean, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Suffer, bro, suffer. You're making it complex for yourself. Hello, Sir Sudipto. Yeah, hey man, what's up? I like to sculpt full body characters, but I don't know what to learn first. Can you recommend it? For full body, bro, I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna invite you to join my school, because that is the sole purpose why I made this. So I make courses which are literally step by step, and that can help you get started. Level by level approach, step by step approach. You don't have to do any guesswork. I give all the 3D models, everything inside here. I help you build a base like nothing else. That is what I would recommend. But if you want something free just to start out, if you want to see if I resonate with you or not, you can go ahead, check out the link in the description. It is going to lead you to this free community. You're going to get this free course. The body is not covered here. I just teach you how to sculpt a face over here. And yep. Where else to start? That's a hard question, seriously. Because I didn't have a resource like this. That is why I made this course. So of course I'm going to be biased. That is the sole purpose why I made this. Yes, some YouTubers make it real complex. Of course, bro, they're gonna make it complex because then they get to sound cool. Right? It sounds cool to say the sternocleidomastoid. But how does remembering the name of the neck muscle help you sculpt the neck better? It does not. And I get a lot of hate for this. So a lot of people hate me for saying this, that anatomy is not important. When did I ever say that anatomy is not important? It is important. I just discard all the fluff. The fluff is what is not important. Remembering the name of the bones is not important. Remembering the name of the muscles is not important. That is what I say it's not important. And that is, I mean, put me on a gunpoint, bro. I'm still going to say the same. It's not important. Kill me. I'll die. But not say that it isn't. Yeah, it's super important, bro. Remember the name of the bones and the muscles and you can sculpt. I've literally met people who, when you post your stuff, right? When I used to post stuff on Discord, they would comment, "Yeah, the longer break, your temporalis was a bit short." And when I would see their sculpts through, the only thing that they can't do is sculpt. Like, come on, you remember anatomy front and back all the way, but the only thing that you can't do is sculpt. Yeah, please keep your advice to yourself. I don't want your advice. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to sound cool, to make it more complex, but why do you want to make it complex? And I'll be honest, it's not the fault of a lot of creators as well. Maybe for some who do it deliberately, they are assholes, but others, it is how they have been taught as well. So the way that they've learned in their art school or in other courses or through other material, they've just emphasized so much on these muscles in the name of the stuff. They've been learning anatomy like doctors and not artists. So it's not their fault. The way that they learned is how they're going to teach as well, right? But I mean, it was a personal struggle of mine for the longest time. That is why I just make content. And it is my attempt to just make this stuff easier. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So, with that said, I'm gonna conclude the call now. Thank you for everyone who joined, and thank you for everyone who has subscribed and showed support. It really means a lot. We've reached 10K. It's been a hell of a ride. Yeah, we're just getting started. I visited an animation teaching center and they are doing the same anatomy shit on cracked version of ZBrush. Yeah, bro, I mean, they're gonna do the same things. I don't know why they teach stuff like doctors. You don't need that information. I have this rule. It's not my rule, but it is something that has helped me a lot. Let me show it to you. I think I saved it in the Jerry's file here. No, it's not here. Let me see which file was it. Is slides, maybe this was it. Oh, not this. I think it was the 80-20. I saved it by the 80-20 rule. Yeah, found it. All right, let's do a short tutorial here as well. Like, this is the rule, all right? It's called the 80-20 principle. It's not a rule, it's a principle. So 80-20 principle. And what the 80-20 principle tells you is that 20% of your effort is gonna give you 80% results. All right. So 20% of stuff gives you 80% result, and vice versa. So 80% of stuff gives you 20% result. The best way, the fastest way to learn sculpting is to focus on the 20% stuff that gives you 80% result. And what is that 20% stuff? That 20% stuff is in generic proportions, shapes and forms, basics and fundamentals, and deliberate practice. You do these 4 things, this is the 20% that is going to get you 80% result. You do these 4 things, you're going to feel growth at a speed. You're going to be like, damn, what the hell, bro? How am I learning so fast? And the 80% stuff that gives you 20% result is memorizing muscles, memorizing bones, fat pads, doing niche studies. I mean, I don't know why people who do not have a basic understanding of the face, they try to go for likeness sculpts. How do you expect to sculpt a likeness face when you don't understand anything at all? The same thing, I always give this example, and that is grammar. Grammar. If you want to learn to speak in English, you need to learn minimal grammar with a few words and you're good to go. You can conversate with anyone that you like. But if you remember the entire dictionary and you don't know shit, you don't know grammar, you cannot conversate with someone. You cannot talk to someone. You cannot communicate. You don't have to be the best grammar or to have the best vocabulary, just the basics, and you can talk to anyone. But if you memorize the entire dictionary, you cannot conversate with anyone. Right? The same thing goes here. So if you don't know how to sculpt a basic face, you cannot sculpt a likeness sculpt. All right? You cannot make a stylized sculpt. So you need to go back, learn the basics. Another example is that people try remembering all of the skulls, the African, Asian, European, male, female, whatever. But what is so much better is that you learn one skull, build your understanding on this, and you can understand all of this. Another example that I have for this. So instead of memorizing every map that you have, instead of memorizing the map, like, well, the mountains 40 degrees north and 30 degrees south, just learn how to read a map. If you learn how to read a map, you can access all of this information. If you learn how to sculpt the basics, you will have access to all of this information. It is really, really that simple. With basic English, basic vocabulary, basic grammar, you can understand a lot of the conversations. All right, you can find meaning of different stuff. You can search on Google, whatever. But just memorizing the English words does not make you good at speaking English. The same thing goes for anatomy. The same thing goes for art in general. If you don't have a basic structure, bro, your building is going to collapse. So instead of memorizing every variation of muscles, because there's infinite variation to this, just focus on basic stuff, on an understanding of anatomy, faces, whatever, and then you can instantly unlock all of this. This is what most of the institutes focus on, because they want to sound cool. They want to feel like, yeah, I had helped you remember all these names, bro. We covered more ground, but you cover more ground from the basics. It is usually the basics, the things that you know you should be doing, that is going to get you results. Just a sec. Yep, guys, I need to get going. It's dinner time, and I don't want to make my family wait any longer. So yeah, this was a good session. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll